Your dream job doesn't actually exist. So create it instead. I mean, to be honest with you, everyone's out here just applying to jobs that they think is going to make them happy. Like, bro, you're literally out here trying to build someone else's dream. Like, why try and fit into someone else's box when you can just go build your own? And I know exactly what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, I need the stability, I need the benefits, I need all that. And I get it, I really do. But here's the thing that's crazy to me. You guys don't understand how backwards this entire system really is. Like, you're literally going to spend 4 years in college, rack up $100,000 of debt, and then work for $40,000 a year to build someone else's dream? Like, it doesn't make any sense. The craziest part is people will work their entire lives away. They'll work for 40 years not even liking what they do. It's just clocking in, clocking out. All because of the stability and the benefits. That's what's crazy to me. Bro, but what if I told you that there's literally people your age, I'm talking 17, 18, 19, that looked at that system and said, screw it. They created their own thing and now they're making more in a month than any of those college graduates would make in a whole year. So here's what I mean when I say just create it. Instead of looking for that perfect job, look for that perfect skill. The skill I'm talking about is sales, specifically high ticket sales. Now, before you click off and just think, oh, this is just another sales pitch, hear me out, because this was genuinely life-changing information for me. Because this is literally creating your dream job. First off, you literally work from anywhere and everywhere. I'm talking phone, laptop, doesn't really matter. You could be on a yacht. Anywhere can become your own office. I'm literally in my living room right now just creating this video because I don't have to be anywhere. I don't gotta commute. I can wear whatever clothes I want. I don't have to ask permission to go pee in the bathroom. I mean, I got out of the 9 to 5 race a long time ago, and I'll get into that a little bit later of what that actually looked like for me. But just looking back, the fact that I had to ask to use the washroom before was just diabolical. Especially the fact that I had to just set my hours and that was it. If I was having a shitty day, I couldn't just skip out on work. I had to be there to get paid. Whereas with this skill, you don't have to have set hours. You want to work 4 days a week? Cool. You want to take an entire month off? That's cool as well. You want to work at 3 a.m. when you feel productive? Then just work at 3 a.m. But in reality, when you actually get into a skill like this, or any skill for that matter, you're probably going to want to work 10 to 16 hours a day because you understand how fun it can be. Like, the invigorating feeling of just loving what you do every single day, that's more or less the reason why I actually do it. And that's why I stay up so late just working on this, is because I love the progress. I love closing deals. It's just in my blood. You'll start to realize as you keep going, your income's not just capped by some random HR department, right? You make as much money as you want, as long as you are actually valuable enough to make the money. There's no salary ceiling. There's no, we're going to review you and see how you're doing. There's no, in 12 months, we're going to see where you're at. It's literally just you go and make money as much as you possibly want. You perform, you get paid, period. I mean, think about it logistically, right? Every single business on the earth needs one thing, and that's customers. Well, at some point, the customer needs to be sold. So why not just have you do it? And here's what's crazy to me. It's while everyone's competing with the resumes in that very competitive job market that is today, they're getting rejected left and right, but you're literally out here creating your own position. You're not begging some hiring manager to actually take you on. You become valuable where people try and grab at you to take you into their business because they know you'd create so much revenue, so much cash collected for them. Let me give you an example. A hometown friend, Josh, right? This kid was in my high school, and he was working at a retirement home, and he reached out to me probably under a month ago, maybe a month or so now, and he's like, bro, this sucks. He absolutely was hating his job, and he hated what he was doing in school. He was doing engineering. I mean, we've both seen the Waterloo pictures of them going in and then coming out. It looks awful. But he knew that this wasn't the path that he wanted for his life. He understood that he needed to create that skill to become valuable enough to earn the money he wants to make, while not having to go down that route of being an engineer. So he ended up actually reaching out to me, and guys, I promise you, this is not some one-off situation. He joined my program, and in under a week, he ripped his first $200 day. That's crazy, and he's just some random 18-year-old from a small town like I am. Now this guy consistently rips $300 to $200 days, and he's not even been in it for a month. That's 10 grand a month already. And see, this guy's friends is worrying about their college applications, about getting the good internship. He already has his life paved out with this one skill that took him under a week to learn. He didn't wait for permission to be successful, bro. He just went and grabbed it because at the end of the day, it's still there. You can just go grab it if you want it. Because the best part is you can literally start today. You don't need a degree. You don't need experience. You don't need someone holding your hand through the entire process. You just need good systems and the will to get through it, because it's going to take discipline and hard work. It's going to take commitment. Because I'm not saying it's easy. Nothing that is actually worth doing is going to be easy, right? Josh was putting in like 4-hour days each day to actually get to that point. But at the end of the day, it's skill. And skills can be learned through systems and actually practicing the thing. No school likes to just have random material and just flaunt around the actual ideas. You got to practice the actual skill. I mean, like, yeah, like a little bit of a side tangent. Like when I went to university, obviously I dropped out pretty freaking quick. But when I went, they kind of just dance around the subjects. You know, they make it a lot harder than it actually was. Like I knew accounting because I researched it so much for my business. And then when I went into it, they made it way more complicated than it actually is. Like in real life applications, like it doesn't need to be that complicated. And it's probably gone with AI anyway, but that's beside the point. I mean, it's funny, like I remember when I first started, like anything in general, and in terms of like working, I was working at Walmart. I was making maybe 15.05 an hour, and this was like when I was 17, so earlier this year. I mean, man, I hated my life. I had to clock in every single day for the same shift. It literally felt like the back rooms, bro. It felt like I was going through the same loop over and over and over again. It just wasn't ideal. That's for sure. There's this one grandma too that just kept getting on my nerves, bro. Like I've never met a pettier grandma in my entire life. I was like mad close to just like straight to her nog, bro. I literally kept thinking like there has to be, like statistically there has to be something more to life than this, because this is just awful. But this is when I discovered high ticket sales. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was hella skeptical at first. Like, I am so bad with that type of thing, especially the way I grew up in a small town. Like, we didn't really trust all that online stuff. And so, to see that people were actually making money, I didn't really believe it. But that belief, that non-belief, was kind of overridden by the fact that I was desperate. Like, I needed to get out of that job, or I don't know if I could have kept, like, going on with my life. I actually ended up getting into high ticket sales, and 90 days later I hit my second $10,000 month, which is mind-boggling. While my friends were still asking their parents for money, I was locked in, bro. I was making shit happen because I knew I had to, or else I was going to be stuck in that job forever. And I like the idea of that. I like the idea of no one's coming to save you, because no one really is. I mean, I literally got a tattoo of it. It was such a banger idea. I know what you guys are thinking. Like, back to what I mentioned before, like the job security, the benefits, like I'm missing out on all those things. Here's the thing, like nowadays, like job security is actually like a genuine illusion. Your company can literally fire you tomorrow for any reason. It doesn't have to be valid. They'll find a way. Your industry could literally be disrupted tomorrow. Like, there's really no telling what would happen. And at that point, that's just like not security whatsoever. It's just disguised as security. Real security as a man comes from having the skill set that no one can take away from you. God forbid, let's say a nuclear bomb was dropped on the city that I'm in right now. Well, I'll have nothing but my skill set. Right? It never leaves you. It's something that no one can take from you no matter what. Especially with sales, like as long as a business exists. And let's just do a little bit of an exercise, shall we? Look around in your room right now. Take a little bit of a look. Anywhere in your room, name one thing, no matter what that thing is, a business sells it. It had to go through a business to get here. Have that sink in for a second. Okay? Now, if you think about it, as long as businesses are around, sales is going to be in demand. Businesses aren't going to be in demand, there's going to be no universe. So it's pretty much a secure job. You guys are probably like, oh, like what will my parents think? And I get that big time. But unfortunately, they're giving you advice on a world that doesn't actually exist anymore. The world where you work for 30 years for one company, you get pension, and you retire. That's just not how it is, and it really won't be going forward, unfortunately. You almost have to make decisions based on the world we're living in now, especially the one where we're going with AI, and not the ones that your parents grew up in. That's a surefire way to stay poor and going nowhere with your life. If you're tired of these corporate jobs, the resumes, the endless job hunt of something that you actually like, I get it, bro. But I got something for you. If you don't want to build someone else's success, you want to build your own vision, I can help you. I got a free Discord community. There's a bunch of killers in there and like-minded individuals that you guys can connect with. And on top of that, it's just real training, bro. Like, these guys are just going to start making money whether you join or not. If you want in, the link below is a type form. Send an application. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't accept everybody. I cancel half the applications because I only want serious people that I think are going to crush. Right? I don't just want window shoppers and people that are kind of half in, half out. This is for the people that are tired of following someone else's blueprint and are ready to go all in on their own skill set and ready to follow their own dreams. Because remember, Your dream job doesn't exist yet. So instead of going through the process of creating someone else's dreams, create your own. There's no time like the present.